So I remember Steve when he was very early in his time here at Saint Ignatius High School. I remember Steve as a very dedicated student athlete. When he was in class, I only knew him as a student. He was really that focused. Never spoke about his prowess in the pool. He's very much like a good swimmer, stays in his lane, is focused on what he has to do in the pool to get the very best time that he can get. And I really admire that about Steve and about so many of our student athletes here at Saint Ignatius.
Steve actually had the fortune of coaching as an age group swimmer coming out of Berea Midpark Swim Club. Steve was an 8 and under swimmer with us. I got to see him develop, and then I had the fortunate where Steve decided to come to Ignatius and swim for me his freshman year. If I go back and I look at Steve as that age group swimmer, he was just a young, energetic, good-natured type kid. Never had, any big, hang-ups or anything like that. Just really enjoyed his swimming career. Then he carried that over, and you see him develop more as a person. That positive image that he brought to the swimming program is what really sets Steve apart.
Steve's left a lasting impact on St. Ignatius' swimming program. He's, a state champion, district champion, but he also holds the oldest record on the books for St. Ignatius, over 25 years. So his success at St. Ignatius and what he learned at St. Ignatius certainly has helped him through life in college and the success he had there, and now as a business owner, and the amazing thing he's done. I think really the foundation he got at St. Ignatius has helped him, be the amazing person that he is. But with that gregarious personality he's always had, it still shines through despite all the work and the effort he had to put in to get that success. He's made it fun for those around him to be part of.
St. Ignatius has had some very, very strong swim programs. I mean, they're always in the top, one of the top teams in the state. We've had 4 individual state champions that have swum here, and Steve's one of them. His senior year, he was captain, and he was really strong leader. When anybody, especially the younger kids, went astray, Steve would keep them in line, but he was very well respected and well liked. Everybody knew how his experience, and he had a lot of success.
The teammate factor and as a leader really comes in during that practice time. Steve was a person that would get those swimmers around him to step up, make them better, because he knew that was going to make him better as a competitor. So you really saw that shine, and that's really where it comes in that practice, where you're really working together with those teammates. Once you get to the competition, it's a little bit more of an individual type. Yeah, there's still some cheering on the sideline and that type of stuff, but where Steve really stood out was what he brought to that practice session, and getting his teammates around him to be better swimmers, better competitors.
I was fortunate to be able to swim with Steve as a teammate, which is, this is St. Ignatius's induction, but as a swimmer at Magnificat, we overlapped my senior year. I was a senior, he was a freshman. We'd have to get up at 5:30 in the morning in the Cleveland cold winter and drive to swim practice, but he made it fun. Even though when it was grueling, he just has the spirit about him makes everything enjoyable. I think also just having the confidence in himself that, with putting in the effort, he could achieve what he wanted to. And it was always fun as, both his sister and his teammate to see the amazing things he was able to do in the pool.
This was a young man who really interacted well with his teammates. Someone who was very strong at what he did, but wanted others on the team to be strong in what they do. This is a really admirable attribute of a student athlete, one who thinks not just of himself, not just of his abilities, not just of accomplishments, but the good of the team, the good of others. That, I think, is what it is to be a man for others.
He makes you better in the pool. He made me a better competitor. He made me a better all-around athlete. But he also makes you a better person. And I don't believe you can say that about a lot of people. When you can walk away and say, when you see that kid on the weekends, when you see that kid after practice, when you see him in school helping kids, tutoring them, realizing that you're not doing that, but you're seeing it. And you look back 25 years later, and it's like he had it. He was the full package.
swimming, there's on the relays, we're always very memorable because, again, that's not just you swimming this one event by yourself against 50 or 100 other people, but it's the four of you swimming in a relay. So maybe you have the lead at the beginning and then you lose it and then someone else jumps in the water, having that excitement of screaming your head off for your buddies. And again, I was always on the 200-yard freestyle and 400-yard freestyle relays at states and at districts. So there's specific, teammates I can think of who you're always screaming for. But then you got to get ready to jump in the water yourself while you're behind the block screaming and getting your cap and goggles ready. When I think of Ignatius, and I think this was true when I was here as well as now, I think of excellence, or at least the goal to strive for excellence, even if you don't meet it, and trying to remain humble. And yeah, of course we want to win on the football field or in the swimming pool or looking at all the championships next to rugby, cross country, hockey, golf, et cetera, et cetera. So it's good it grounds me and has grounded me for a while.